Hey Coach, welcome to Scout Ball AI Pitch Chart. In this session, we're going to walk through everything you need to know, from basic setup to advanced game analysis, so you can confidently use Pitch Chart in games, bullpens, and scouting sessions. This is your assistant coach for pitch tracking, development, and game planning. It captures the data. You make the decisions. Let's start with the layout. Across the top, you'll see the main areas: Pitch Chart, Pitch Log, Spray Chart, Pitching AI Analysis, Scouting Hub, Pitch Chart Setup, Pitch Chart History, Rosters. Everything flows from these tabs. Once you understand this structure, the system becomes very simple. Before you chart a game, you need to load your opponent rosters. These are separate from your own team. Opponent rosters live inside the Pitch Chart roster section. There are 3 ways to enter a roster into Scout Ball AI: manual entry, CSV template upload, MaxPreps screen print with AI formatting. Let's go through them in that order. First, manual entry. Go to the Rosters tab. Click Create New Team. Then add the name of the opponent team and click Create Team. You can add players one at a time by clicking on the Add Player button and entering player name, jersey number, handedness, position, then click Add. Repeat this process for each player. This works well if you have a printed lineup card or a short roster to enter. Second, using the CSV template. Inside Rosters, click Import and then Download Template. This gives you a CSV file. Open that file and you'll see sample names. Replace those names with the opponent's roster. Enter jersey number and handedness. Save the file. Then return to Rosters and upload the CSV. The team will automatically populate. This method is ideal if you already have roster data in spreadsheet form. Third, MaxPreps screen print with AI formatting. MaxPreps already lists the full roster on their website. You don't need to type it manually. Go to the team's MaxPreps page. Open their baseball roster. Highlight the entire roster. Copy to clipboard. Now paste that list into ChatGPT or your LLM of choice. We've created a prompt to make this happen. Find it in the description of this YouTube video. Ask it to convert the roster into this format. Name, jersey number, position, handedness. If handedness isn't shown, have it default to switch. You can edit handedness later on game day if needed. Once ChatGPT gives you the formatted list, copy it. Go back to Scout Ball AI Rosters. Create the team. Paste the full roster into the bulk entry box. Preview it. Confirm it. Now, that opponent roster is saved in your database. From this point forward, you can select those players when building lineups, assigning pitchers, and creating sessions. Once your opponent roster is loaded, you're ready to move into session setup. Next, creating a session. Go to Pitch Chart Setup. You'll see 3 modes: Game Mode, Bullpen Mode, Scouting Mode. In Game Mode, most coaches use Track Both Sides. That means you'll track both pitchers and batters during the game. Every session is one pitcher versus a lineup. So in a game mode, you'll have multiple sessions, 1 per pitcher. Select your team, then select your pitcher. Choose your starting pitcher if known, otherwise leave it blank or set to none. You can change it later. Next, select the opponent team, toggle on the Use Name Mapping/Batter button, and enter the opponent batting order if known, otherwise leave it blank and fill it in later at the field by editing the session using the Session Edit button. Click Start Game, and a dialog box will come up for you to enter the opponent's pitcher and your own batting order. If you do not know the opponent pitcher, then edit the session at the field when you determine their name. Save and continue. This will take you to the Pitch Chart interface with your active session. We will switch to an existing session for this demo. On game day, when lineups are posted, click Edit in your active session banner to set the opponent batting order. If you don't know handedness, leave them as switch. Save changes. Now go to Guides at the top. Open the pregame checklist. Make sure internet connection is ready. Opponent team is loaded. Batting lineup is set. Session is created. Data cache is ready. When all 5 say ready, you're good to go. You are ready to chart pitches. In the main pitch chart screen, you'll see emergency controls. Record out for non-pitch outs like pickoffs or caught stealing. Advance inning. Use carefully to skip ahead to the next bottom or top of the inning. Change pitcher. Always use this when switching pitchers. Reset count, only if absolutely necessary. Avoid advance inning unless required. You could lose pitch data for that half inning, however. Remember, it's about how many pitches you chart, so if you miss a batter or an inning, keep charting. Change pitcher properly creates a new session for that pitcher. That keeps your data clean and separate by pitcher. At the top right, you'll always see inning, pitch count, outs, current count. The interface is designed to minimize scrolling and keep you focused on recording efficiently. You can run this on a tablet or your phone in landscape or portrait. We recommend a tablet. In an emergency, you can run the entire game from your phone. Now remember, your team roster lives inside ScoutBall's main system. Pitch Chart references your team from ScoutBall AI app. Opponent rosters are separate and held in the pitch chart. When a batter steps up, you'll notice 5 required items at the bottom. Batting stance, catcher target, strike zone location, pitch type, result. Until all 5 are selected, the Record Pitch button stays grayed out. The batter in the lineup will appear in the panel under the batter and pitch information and can be changed in the drop-down list if a player is pinch hitting or changed out of the lineup during a game. There is no need to edit the session. You can check skip when a player is injured and no replacement player is available, and the lineup advances. Next to the player drop-down list, you will see a spray chart button. This is handy so you can pull up the player's spray chart and, if need be, to make defensive shifts. This will populate when you have data on the batter. Next, select the batting stance in the bat's field, left, right, or switch. Next, mark where the catcher sets up. That's your catcher target zone. Then mark where the pitch actually crosses the strike zone. You can choose catcher view or pitcher view depending on your perspective. If you are behind the plate scouting, then use CPOV and the zones will flip. If you are in the dugout, then use PPOV for pitcher view. Either way, just chart the pitch where it crosses the plate. It's that simple. If you toggle the quick buttons, it will show you buttons to utilize for pitch entries. Otherwise, if not toggled, you can use drop-down list. Select pitch type. Select the result. If it's a ball in play, select the hit type. If you make a mistake by clicking a hit like a single, use the change button that pops up to revert it and choose the correct pitch type. Then plot the hit location on the spray chart. Then click Confirm Location. Once everything is selected, record the pitch, or edit later in the pitch log. That's the live charting process. Rinse and repeat. Now let's talk scouting mode. In Pitch Chart Setup, choose Scouting Game. Select the teams from your opponent rosters you are scouting. You can leave pitchers blank if unknown. Select your scouting focus, both pitchers and batters or one or the other. It's recommended to scout both. Click Start Game to activate your session and begin charting. Chart the game the same way you would your own. The more opponents you scout, the stronger your data becomes. Inside Pitching AI Analysis in Scouting Mode, you'll see under Opponent Scouting Intelligence the following tabs: Pitcher, Game Plan versus Batters, and Umpire. Generate and save the reports for pitcher, game plan, and versus batters. This pulls aggregate data across every session tied to that player ID and is later used and pulled into the scouting report. Players will be tracked from freshman year through senior year. All tendencies will be tracked based on your charting. Now your pitchers know where to attack, where to avoid, what hitters chase, who swings early, who sits on the first pitch, who attacks the first pitch. This is game planning with intelligence. Practice with intent. Align your defensive shifts with intent. Pitch with intent. Now let's look at what that data gives you. Pitch log shows every pitch in sequence. You can edit or delete entries. Manual edits are marked so you always know a pitch was altered. On the pitch log, you will see a button called PA Sequences. This shows each batter's pitching sequence, like pitch 1 FB for fast ball, the pitch type like strike or out for out of the zone, the count, and the outcome of the plate appearance. To print the pitch sequences, click the Print Report button. This will bring up the report and default to full game. See the toggle at the top. This can be toggled off to see the current pitching session only. Next, you will see the Filter drop-down. Click that. You can filter your report by batter or pitcher, home or away. Print the report, and you can save it as a PDF. Next, let's look at Bullpen Mode. Bullpen Mode is designed for practice sessions where you want to track a pitcher's bullpen and capture detailed pitch data. To start, go to Pitch Chart Setup. Click Create Session, then select Bullpen Mode. Next, choose your team and select the pitcher who will be throwing the bullpen. Because this is a bullpen session, you do not need to select an opponent team. Instead, Scout Ball will generate generic batters, allowing you to focus entirely on the pitcher's work. You can also select the catcher receiving the bullpen if you want to track catcher targets. Once everything is selected, click Save Session. Your bullpen session is now active. We will switch each to a pre-recorded bullpen session. Return to the Pitch Chart tab to begin recording pitches. Each pitch is recorded the same way as in a game. Select the pitch type, the result, the catcher target, and mark where the pitch crossed the strike zone. Bullpen sessions allow you to capture command patterns, pitch usage, and consistency during practice. After the session, you can run pitching AI analysis to review command trends, zone usage, and pitch effectiveness. This connects bullpen work directly to real game performance. Bullpen sessions become part of the Scout Ball player development loop. Practice creates data. Data creates insights. And those insights guide the next bullpen and the next game. Now let's look at the spray chart. Spray chart shows where balls are hit. Tap any dot to see hit details. Use this to adjust defensive alignment. Now the powerful part, pitching AI analysis. We will switch back to our game mode session for this part. Once you have at least 10 pitches, you can generate reports. You'll see tabs for predictive, command, count, matchup, progressive, zone, umpire tendencies, and finally, pitcher development, which provides plans and drills. Generate any report by clicking the button. Save it so it remains persistent. The next tab is the Scouting Hub, where you can pull reports by player and choose by batter or by pitcher or pull reports by team. Under by team, you will see a button to print the spray charts for game day planning. Let's click the spray chart button. It will print 3x3 charts for each batter. You can generate pitching and batter reports using the AI analysis. On the By Player tab, you can click batters and view their spray chart, their batting sequences, and generate an AI analysis report. Scout Ball AI analyzed 21 pitches across 3 sessions. The data shows moderate plate discipline with a low chase rate, meaning the hitter is fairly selective on pitches outside the zone. However, the analysis suggests difficulty handling high-velocity fastballs, especially above 93 miles per hour. Zone data shows Zone 1 has produced hits, so pitchers should generally avoid that location. Meanwhile, Zones 3, 4, 5, and 7 have produced outs, making them effective areas for pitchers to attack. Overall, the data points to a selective hitter with specific velocity and zone weaknesses pitchers can target. That is an overview of the pitch chart and is powerful use of data. Over time, this becomes the development engine. The system identifies where a pitcher misses: arm side, glove side, up in the zone, down in the zone. From there, it builds a pitcher development plan. That plan feeds into bullpen sessions. Bullpen sessions feed back into game sessions. Game to drills, drills to bullpen. Bullpen back to game. That cycle is how players improve with intent. The more you scout, the sharper your edge becomes. Scout Ball is one ecosystem. Pitch chart feeds data. GameChanger stats feed lineup optimization and player trending. Development feeds performance. It's your AI-driven command center. If you ever need help, use the Help and Feedback button at the bottom of the app. Premium plans receive 24-hour support. Coach Pro receives 48-hour response times. We move quickly. No red tape. We build with coaches. That's your complete overview of Scout Ball AI Pitch Chart. It captures everything. It never forgets a pitch. It turns raw data into actionable decisions. Scout Ball handles the analysis. You make the call. If you have questions, reach out anytime. And if you need a short, focused tutorial on a specific feature, we'll build that too. Ready, Coach? Let's go!